There's a silent killer that murders your dreams every single day. It destroys your relationships, sabotages your success, and steals your peace. And the worst part? You feed it. You protect it. You don't even know it exists. I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about the tyrant living inside your mind, the one that explodes when someone cuts you off in traffic, that crumbles at criticism, that spends sleepless nights replaying a 30-second argument. Today, you're going to discover the truth that 99% of people never learn. And when you finish watching this video, you'll have a choice. Continue being a slave to your emotions or become your own master. But I warn you, what you're about to hear will destroy everything you believe about yourself. Are you ready? Let me tell you a true story. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, the most powerful man in the ancient world, woke up every morning knowing he could have the head of anyone who offended him. He had legions, palaces, absolute power. But he wrote something that should send chills down your spine. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Wait, the Emperor of Rome didn't have control. Exactly, and neither do you. Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to accept. You control nothing except yourself. Nothing. You don't control the traffic that makes you late, the boss who humiliates you, the partner who disappoints you, the friends who betray you, the world that ignores you. The only thing you control is your reaction, and that's where the problem lies. Think about it. How many times today did you let someone else control your emotions? The driver who honked controlled you for 5 minutes. The passive-aggressive comment controlled you for 2 hours. The unanswered message controlled you all day long. You handed over control of your inner peace to complete strangers, to people who don't even remember you, to situations that don't matter. Epictetus, a slave who became a philosopher, said something devastating. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. Let that sink in. That person you hate, they're your master. That idiot driver, your master. That annoying colleague, your master. You're a slave, and you don't even realize it. I'm going to give you a mental experiment that will change everything. Imagine you're a scientist observing your own life from the outside. You see this person, you, reacting to everything, exploding, defending, justifying, ruminating. Now observe. Who's in control? It's not you. It's external circumstances. You're like a puppet, and the strings are in the hands of anyone who wants to pull them. The good news, you can cut those strings today. But first, you need to see how deep the hole you're in really is. The Stoics had a concept called apatheia, not apathy, but imperturbability. The ability to remain calm while the world burns around you. They weren't cold, they were strong. I'm going to reveal the 7 secrets they used to become absolute masters of their minds. First secret, the sacred space. Between what happens and how you react, there's a space. In that space lives your power. Most people never discover this space because they react instantly. Someone offends them, they explode. It's automatic, it's unconscious, it's pathetic. But you can train yourself to pause, to breathe, to choose. When something provokes you, freeze for 3 seconds. Take 1 deep breath. Ask, will this matter in 5 years? Sounds simple? It is. But 99% of people never do it. Here's a real example. Imagine your boss humiliating you in front of everyone. Your first reaction is to respond, defend yourself, counterattack. But in the sacred space, you choose. This person is suffering. Their anger isn't about me. I choose peace. Boom. You won without fighting. Second secret, the art of selective indifference. Seneca said something brilliant. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Most things that irritate you don't deserve even 1% of your energy. The malicious comment doesn't deserve it, the gossip doesn't deserve it, the unconstructive criticism doesn't deserve it. You need to develop selective indifference, the ability to simply not care about 90% of provocations. Before reacting to anything, ask, is this under my control? Does this affect my real goals? Does this person deserve my energy? If the answer is no, ignore it completely. It's not about being cold. It's about preserving your emotional ammunition for battles that matter. You're starting to see the pattern, right? These aren't cheap motivational tricks. They're principles tested for 2,000 years by emperors, warriors, and sages. And if you want to go deeper into this ancestral wisdom, you need to discover Wisdom of the Stoics. It's a complete library of practical Stoic teachings, not boring philosophical theory, but tools you use today to master your mind. The link is in the description. Access it now, because the next secrets will make even more sense when you have the complete foundation. But before you go, finish watching. What comes next is heavy. Third secret, the death of the ego. Here's the truth you don't want to hear. Your ego is your greatest enemy. Every time you feel offended, it's the ego. Every time you need to be right, it's the ego. Every time you defend yourself against criticism, it's the ego. Marcus Aurelius confronted this directly. You will always be loved for who you are, not who you pretend to be. So why waste time trying to impress others? The ego makes you need external validation, makes you dependent on the opinions of people who don't matter, makes you weak. The Stoics had a radical exercise. They deliberately put themselves in humiliating situations. They wore simple clothes to fancy events. They talked about their failures. They admitted ignorance. Why? To kill the ego before it killed them. You don't need to be that extreme, but you need to start admitting when you're wrong, accepting criticism without defending yourself. Stop needing to prove your worth. When your ego dies, you become invincible, because nobody can hurt something that doesn't exist. Fourth secret, the dark power of silence. Here's something that will give you social superpowers. Silence is the most powerful response. When someone provokes you and you don't react, you break their script. They expect anger, defense, justification. You give nothing. This destroys them psychologically. It's not about being passive. It's about denying them what they want. Control over you. Practical example. Someone says, you're incompetent. You respond with absolute silence, calm gaze. They'll go crazy. They'll try again. They'll escalate. But if you maintain silence, they lose. Lao Tzu taught, those who know don't speak. Those who speak don't know. Your silence communicates something terrible to your adversaries. You're so far above them that it's not even worth responding. Use this wisely. It's a nuclear weapon. Fifth secret, gratitude as an antidote. Here's something counterintuitive. You cannot feel anger and gratitude at the same time. It's neurologically impossible. Your neurotransmitters don't allow it. So when anger starts to take over, you have a choice. Feed it or kill it with gratitude. In the moment of anger, stop and list 3 things you're grateful for right now. Are you alive? Gratitude. Do you have health? Gratitude. Do you have opportunities? Gratitude. Sounds silly? Test it. It works in 90 seconds. Marcus Aurelius practiced this on the battlefield, surrounded by death and betrayal. If it worked for him, it'll work for you in traffic. Epictetus took it even further. Don't demand that things happen as you wish. Wish that they happen as they happen and you'll be happy. Radical, yes. Powerful, absolutely. Sixth secret, transform criticism into fuel. Everyone hates criticism, but masters transform it into an advantage. When someone criticizes you, you have 2 options. Option 1, defend yourself, justify, attack back. Option 2, extract the 1% of truth and use it to evolve. Even in the most malicious criticism, there's a grain of truth. Find it, use it. thank them mentally. Criticism received, pause, filter. Is there truth here? If yes, apply it. If no, discard it. Marcus Aurelius had a brutal habit. He asked his advisors to point out his flaws daily. He paid people to criticize him. Why? Because he knew that brutal feedback was the shortcut to excellence. Are you willing to do the same? Seventh secret, total detachment. This is the final secret, the most difficult, the most liberating. Detach from everything, not in the nihilistic sense of nothing matters, but in the Stoic sense of I'm not attached to anything. Your status, temporary, your possessions, borrowed, your relationships, mutable, your own life, limited. When you internalize this, nothing can disturb you, because you're not clinging to anything. Seneca wrote, "We don't lose what we never had. Everything is borrowed from the universe." Every morning, remind yourself, I'm going to die, maybe today. This isn't morbid, it's liberating. Because when you remember that everything is temporary, small irritations lose all their power. That argument, irrelevant in the grand scheme. That offense, forgotten in a week. That problem, minuscule compared to mortality. Detachment isn't coldness, it's absolute freedom. Now you know the truth. You've seen the silent killer, your own uncontrolled reactions. You've learned the 7 secrets of the unshakable. You have the tools, but knowledge without action is illusion. So here's your choice. Path A, close this video, feel inspired for 10 minutes, and return to the same destructive patterns tomorrow. Continue being a slave to your emotions. Continue giving your power to anyone who wants to take it. Path B, implement 1 secret today, just 1, and practice until you master it. Then add the next one, and slowly, methodically, become unshakable. The difference between these paths: one leads to regret, the other to mastery. I'm going to give you a practical challenge: 30 days to rebuild your mind. Week 1. Practice the sacred space. Every time something irritates you, pause for 3 seconds before reacting. Just that. Train until it becomes automatic. Week 2. Add selective indifference. Consciously choose to ignore 90% of provocations. Filter everything through the question, does this deserve my energy? Week 3. Kill the ego. Admit 1 mistake per day. Accept 1 criticism without defending yourself. Stop needing to be right in every discussion. Week 4. Integrate everything. Use strategic silence. Practice gratitude when you feel anger. Transform criticism into growth. Detach from results. At the end of these 30 days, you won't recognize yourself, and the people around you won't either. They'll ask, what happened to you? Why are you so calm? How do you manage not to be shaken? And you'll smile because you'll know the secret they don't know. But here's the final warning. This process is brutal. You'll fail. You'll explode. You'll react impulsively. You'll feel like a failure. This is normal. The Stoics themselves failed constantly. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations not to teach others, but to remind himself of the principles he constantly forgot. The difference isn't in never failing, it's in coming back every day to mental training. Epictetus was a slave who had his leg broken by his master. Seneca was a rich man who lost everything and was forced into suicide. Marcus Aurelius governed during plagues, wars, and constant betrayals. They didn't live easy lives, they lived difficult lives with mastery. And if they could, in the midst of absolute chaos of ancient Rome, you can in the relative comfort of your modern life. Here's the final truth. You don't need perfect circumstances to have peace. You need a trained mind, and that training starts now, today, this exact moment. So I'm going to ask you the final question. Will you continue being a slave to your emotions, allowing any person or situation to control your internal state? Or will you take the first step to become the master of your own mind? The choice has always been yours, always will be. And if you choose the path of mastery, you're not alone. There's an entire community of people practicing these principles at Wisdom of the Stoics. There you'll find not only the complete teachings of the Stoics, but also practical tools, daily exercises, and support for your transformation journey. The link is in the description. Access it now and begin your true journey. Because one thing I can guarantee you, a year from now, you'll look back and be grateful you made this decision today, or you'll regret not making it. The difference between these two realities is a choice you make now. So I ask you for the last time, are you ready to become unshakable? If the answer is yes, the work starts now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Close this video, take 3 deep breaths, and in the next situation that irritates you today, use the sacred space. Pause, choose, react consciously. That's the first step. And every empire, every transformation, every mastery begins with a single step. Yours begins now. Thank you for watching until the end. If this video impacted you, share it with someone who needs to hear this. And if you want to continue this journey, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. See you in the next video. But this time, you'll be different. You'll be stronger. Until next time.